Good morning and welcome to the Rise and Grind Mastermind call. This call was started on September 8th, 2016, and the purpose of this call is this is a mastermind group, and a mastermind group is a group of people who come together to accumulate a great fortune, and this is with the cooperation of other people. A mastermind group can consist of a group of entrepreneurs, whether they're millionaires, billionaires, or aspiring to be, but what a mastermind group has in common is they do understand that they need to give in order to get. Sow seed, which means that when they're sharing information, they realize that they're getting just compensation. Because whatever information that you realize that you're giving out, it is helpful because you understand that you give in order to get anything that you give out, you're going to get back. So this is a network because we understand that your network is your net worth. This call takes place at 9 a.m. Monday through Friday, and we are in a 67-day challenge, and scientists have done extra research, and they tell us that it takes 67 days to form a habit. So we do have that going on as well. We get the mastermind group concept from Napoleon Hill from his book Think and Grow Rich, which was published in 1937. It actually took him 20 years to come up with this book because he researched people who developed great wealth. And if you know about what was going on at that time in the early 1900s, that's when this country was at its worst recession. So he interviewed millionaires and billionaires at that time to come up with the concept of the mastermind group. Today we are talking about ambition. The definition of ambition is a strong desire to do or achieve something that typically requires determination and hard work. If you've read the book Think and Grow Rich, he always talks about in order to do something different than most, or to do something that you have set in your mind that you will do, you will accomplish the task, you have to have in the back of it a burning desire. So a burning desire, it relates to ambition. You have to have that desire to have ambition. Those who have enjoyed the greatest success in life, they were driven to succeed by ambition. So you have to have that ambition to know, hey, this is what I want to do. Not only that, but this is what I'm going to do. And you have to have that ambition to lead you towards it. Understand that self-confidence is basically the balance wheel that keeps ambition moving. Ambition needs to be always flowing like water. It needs to be always turning. Ambition is not something that should go away as long as you have self-confidence. And self-confidence is that confidence that you have within yourself that you know you're going to accomplish it. And you know this by putting a plan in action. You have that ambition. You have that desire backing that ambition. But ambition is going to take you nowhere if you don't have that self-confidence. So understand that self-confidence comes first. Once you believe in yourself, you're confident that you can do anything, then that ambition is driving you towards it. Understand, we do need someone. It doesn't matter whether that person is a close friend, but we need someone to keep our ambition alive and to spur us on to bigger and better accomplishment. I was reading a story about Abraham Lincoln, and the story was powerful because it talked about when Abraham Lincoln married his first wife, he was a nobody. Everything that he did in life, it was going nowhere. And everything that he said he wanted to do in life, his first wife didn't believe in anything that he said he was going to do. So he had to divorce her. And when he married his second wife, he said this was the first woman he ever loved, and she kept his ambition going. Whenever he said he wanted to do this or he's thinking of doing this, his wife was the backbone to everything, to his burning desires to keep that ambition flowing. And he made it known that whenever he had to be apart from his wife would write these long letters to him that would keep the ambition going in all areas of his life. And that's with everything he wanted to do. So he talked about his life meant nothing except to his wife. His wife helped his ambition go to another level because everything was a partnership with his wife. So We always need someone in our corner, whether it's someone in your mastermind group, it's a close friend, but you need someone that keeps that ambition alive. Where you tell someone, man, I want to do this, I want to do this, and they help you go on to bigger and better things. And realize that ambition, it can actually get you fired from a job that you really don't want to be at, or let's say you need this job to pay your bills. But ambition can actually get you fired from a job you don't need to be at, because sometimes people can see that ambition in you. They see that you're just working this job to pay your bills. You're just here. You know, you could be doing your job to the best of your ability and be the best in the company at doing your particular job. But an ambitious person, sometimes that scares people who work for that same company who operate with lack of ambition or who are just operating to whatever the business standards here are. But when you have that ambition that takes you far above and beyond the realm of that company, sometimes that scares people within that company. For example, when I worked at Lowe's, I was aspiring to open up a daycare in my house. And even though I was making somewhere between $50,000 and $60,000 and had goals of moving up within the company to make well over $100,000, that scared them. That I had goals of starting an in-home daycare that would grow into a center and that would grow into eventually a franchise. And while I was working there, they would Google my name, and they found out I had already created my website for my in-home daycare. And it scared them to the point that when I interviewed for a regional position for the company, they brought that up during my interview. And even though I was the best person who interviewed for the position, because the second person that was sitting in on the interview said they wanted to give it to me, but he was thinking in the back of her mind, what if when we give her this position, she just walks out on us and leaves us? And I said, that was none of his concern. But, you know, it happened. Due to my ambition made me not get the position, but I moved on to bigger and better things in life. So understand, people will hate on you because of your ambition. If you're working for another company, because ambition is contagious. When you're an ambitious person, the people that you hang around, the people in your family, the people that know you, they see that, man, he is so ambitious or she is so ambitious when it comes to this. This is an ambitious person. Whatever they say they're going to do, they're going to create this, they're going to go this particular place that they said they're going to do. But that ambition is contagious. That makes a person say, hey, I need to find out what it is that I want to do. I need to zone in on my life. Maybe I need to write a plan. What's that book you're listening to? Maybe I need to listen to that book. What's that thing that you were doing that kept you focused? Maybe I need to do the same thing, because ambition is contagious. And most companies are afraid of hiring ambitious people, because realistically in an interview, when they want to hear your 3-year goals, your 1-year goal, where do you want to be 1 year from now, 2 years from now, and I realized it myself from hiring plenty candidates. They don't want to hear that you have dreams far above and beyond what they're hiring you for at this particular day. Because most companies feel like if they hire a highly ambitious person, you're their competition. Because realistically, you don't want to put so much time and effort and work in training someone to be a top manager, a store manager, a director for your company, and then they go and create their own company with so far much ambition that is above and greater than yours. You've just trained your competition, and they're so highly ambitious that you weren't willing to do the position and do what it took, but they're willing to do everything that it takes and create a better company than yours. So understand that most companies are afraid of ambitious people. They want to hire that person that operates within the box. But ambitious people, they think outside the box. Ambition is something that needs to be cultivated. It's just like when you have a garden. You just can't plant the seed, water, and expect it to just thrive from there. If you want it to thrive, it's something that's going to need daily cultivation. You're going to need to always focus in on your ambition to make sure you are on track, to make sure it's going the direction where you want it to go. You may need to change up a few things, but you need to stay cultivating your ambition. And never let your ambition become selfish. So many times in life we can realize that we're doing things for us. We're dealing with certain people because they benefit us. I only want you in my life to help me achieve this a goal that I want to achieve, but after that's done, that I no longer want to deal with you. I only want to deal with you for this moment because you helped me get to this level, or you've taken me here and there, and I've enjoyed the time we spent, but after I do this, I'm just going to cut you off. Don't let ambition become selfish. If someone is helping you get to the next level, understand the people that you have surrounding you now. That can be your downfall by being so ambitious, but your ambitions are so selfish that you can actually sabotage yourself. The negative thinking that you have in the back of your ambition, the law of attraction is always working, and that could actually sabotage you. So ambition finds expression in thousands of forms. If you think about anything that you're talented at, anything that you feel like, man, I was a go-getter when it came to this time in my life, or I was a go-getter when it came to making music, when it came to working for this particular company or developing whatever. Ambition is basically the foundation behind everything. Music, art, any kind of expression, industry, commerce, progress on earth. It's because someone had some kind of ambition behind it, which is the self-confidence, the whole package that I talked about. And it's very important for us to be ambitious. Be ambitious in everything we do. And ambition is operating with intention. Everything that you do, do it with intention. But ambitious is basically having a strong desire and determination to succeed. So be ambitious. It's an action. You need to actively be ambitious. But I was reading in Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich book, and I'll quote this. He says, there is one weakness in people for which there is no remedy. It is the universal weakness of lack of ambition. So if you want to understand why anyone fails, why anyone doesn't succeed, you cannot have ambition if you're not confident in yourself. So first and foremost, there's self-confidence. And if you read this book, he has a whole self-confidence formula. That's the reason why we need to say our affirmations every day. That's the reason why we need to pray every day. That's the reason why we need to believe and tell ourselves who we actually are. Because you can't have any ambition unless you first have self-confidence. But lack of ambition is basically the reason for failure. If you don't believe in yourself and there's nothing driving you towards it after you believe you can do it, then there's lack of ambition. And that's a universal weakness where there's no remedy for it. That means I can't boost you up and you can't boost the next person up if they have no ambition. Is there anyone else on this call that wants to talk about ambition today?
Yeah, good morning. Go ahead, you got it. What's up, Shana?
I wanted to chime in a little bit on ambition, and that was good information you gave, Timeka. Of course, I'm practical Annie, so I like to come with practical ways to implement some of the things we talk about on the call. And I was just reading a quote where Elvis Presley, which, sometimes he has some wise things to say, but he basically said that ambition is a dream with a V8 engine. And that's actually so true, because basically having a dream is essential to achieving success, but you won't get there just by dreaming. You actually have to plan for it. Being ambitious is actually a skill that you have to develop over time, and you have to basically discipline yourself to be ambitious. And that's something that a lot of people and a lot of us, we just don't think about it. So some of the things with being ambitious actually goes along with a lot of the principles that we push on this call a lot. The main thing that you have to do is first get into the right mindset. So you have to tell yourself positive affirmations and just say, okay, I can do it. I'm intelligent. I can be a millionaire. I will. I am. I'm going to be whatever I'm achieving or thinking I'm going to be. So you have to develop your mindset first to be ambitious, and then you have to focus on what you're going to gain from the situation as opposed to losing. I know a lot of times when I tell I have family and friends that have a dream, and they say, okay, they'll ask, how did you start your business, or how did you decide to do it? And I just decided to jump. I looked at it and I said, okay, if I get out here and I try to do my dream, my business, and it works, I'll be where I want to be. I'll have my goal. I'll be achieving the things that I want to achieve. I'll be able to have something to pass on to my children. I'll feel confident within myself and have satisfaction within myself because I've achieved those things. But if I don't do it, then, or if I get out there and I do it and I fail, I'm just going to be right where I am right now. So to me, I look at it like I have nothing to lose. So anytime I have a decision that I'm faced with where it's either jump or stay on the sideline on the shore, I tend to just think about jumping. Because to me, when I jump, I just have so much more to gain. So that's the mindset you have to think about when you're looking at it, is look at what you have to gain as opposed to what you have to lose. And also take I can't or I don't feel like it out of your vocabulary. A lot of people think that when you want to be an entrepreneur or you're achieving your goals, that you're going to have it much easier than people who actually work in a position or a job, or someone who has decided, okay, I'm just okay where I am right now. But actually it's the opposite. I know right now I'm surviving off of, I probably was up 21 hours. I probably had 2 hours of sleep. But that's the price that you pay when you're trying to achieve your goal. Just like people you see that's successful, Beyonce, or you see Oprah, you see Tyler Perry. Most of them, if you talk to them, they rarely get a lot of sleep. They don't say they don't feel like it. They're always looking to what they want to achieve. Their ambition kicks in, and they say, okay, it doesn't matter if I don't feel like it. This is what I have to do to get to my goal. And then also, like we said before, write down your goals. Write down short-term goals. Write down long-term goals. And decide, okay, we're going to mark these off and we're going to go towards it. This is all skills that you have to develop to be ambitious and to jump out there and build ambition towards your dreams. And then also enjoy your successes. When you do have successes, enjoy them, but don't dwell on them too long. Once you get your success, be happy about it, move to the next thing. And then also, like we said before on our call, if you didn't hear it when we were talking about failure as a blessing, then go back to that call and revisit it and listen to some of the things we're saying. But also look at failure as a process of elimination. You're going to get out here. Anytime you're ambitious and you get out here and you're going towards your goal, you're going to fail at some things. But if you're looking at the big picture, that won't faze you as much because you look at it as a process of elimination. Some of the things that we do in business, it's a trial and error. If you fail at it, you realize, okay, I can't do that anymore. I need to come with a new process. And so when you come with a new process, you'll see it's a success. It works. Okay, wonderful. That was good. We'll keep that, but then move on to the next thing. And then the next thing you may fail. But this is all a part of being ambitious. So that's just some practical steps of building the skill of ambition and jumping out there and doing the things you would love to do to build towards success. So that's all I had to say as well. Randolph, I'll go ahead and pass it to you.
Wow, you all pretty much said everything that I could think of off the top of the head, but just one thing that I just like to say that's important for me, how I maintain ambition or why I'm so ambitious. I have role models that I look at and that I study and that I research, read their bios, just really get into these guys, and I'm pretty sure, Timeka and Shana do as well. And that's really what drives a lot of my ambitions. You were talking about music. I mean, I could tell you almost anything about Michael Jackson or Timberland or a lot of artists, a lot of producers, a lot of successful people, and a lot of unsuccessful people as well. And I look at, their accomplishments, their failures, and all in all, their burning desire, to be who they are. And, those people really fuel my fire to become, one of the best producers that they will be, you know what I'm saying? So having a role model is very important. Shana was saying, the vision board, the affirmations, that kind of stuff. But and lastly, a spiritual connection with God is just like definitely just the foundation of it all, because they're going to be days, they're going to be moments when I do honestly feel like I cannot make it, and there's nothing that anyone can say or anything that can happen that kind of trigger me or take me out of my zone. It only comes with, spending that time with God. Having that in that equation of ambition is imperative, because ultimately, well, from my perspective, that is the power source. So whenever I'm just totally drained and coffee ain't doing it no more and I just can't get it, I have to go to the source that never runs out of energy, which is God. So that's all I really had to add to the call. Great call, though, Timeka. Great call.
Okay. Good information that both of you shared. I just want to reiterate for anyone who's listening to this call, understand that ambition, just that word, is a very powerful word. Ambition isn't something like I just want to wake up early in the morning. Ambition isn't something like I just want to do better in school or I just want to have a better relationship. Ambition is so powerful because when you look up the definition, ambition is a strong desire to do something or achieve something that typically requires determination and hard work. So having ambition is letting you know right off the bat, you're not doing something that's typically easy. You're not doing something that typically everyone is doing. Ambition, you're doing what requires hard work. So to be an ambitious person, you're taking on challenge after challenge after challenge. But that's why you cannot have ambition without that self-confidence, because everyone isn't willing to take on these challenges after challenges after challenge. That's why the title of this call, we don't even need more than one word. Just that one word, ambition. If you never knew what it was, and if you can put yourself outside that box and now you realize what ambition is, basically the challenge for today is create a habit that takes you to be an ambitious person. We've all done something we've had so much burning desire. And I want to just talk about burning desire for a minute. If you're going to have any kind of ambition, which is that desire to do something or achieve something that requires hard work, a burning desire feels like a burning desire. A burning desire feels like you just got burnt. You've been doing something wrong, and now you realize it hurts. It feels so bad that I don't want to operate the way I used to operate. I have to do something new. And the reason why I need to do something new is because the old way wasn't working. I got burnt. Now I have a desire, and that desire is burning so good and so strong that I have to make this happen by any means possible. That's what a burning desire is. And a lot of people haven't felt a burning desire. But if you haven't felt a burning desire yet, you will know what a burning desire feels like. A burning desire is that desire that's taking you to the next level. And it feels uncomfortable. Because if you realize a desire, put burning in front of it, that's not a comfortable feeling. So a burning desire, you're in an uncomfortable place trying to get to where you are. So if you're talking to anyone, they say, well, I have a desire. If that desire feels so great, so good, then that's not a burning desire. Burning desire is when you're in uncomfortable mode. And every day you're trying to get to that point. That's what ambition is. You have that desire to do something that requires hard work. I don't know a point in time where hard work just felt so good. Hard work is uncomfortable, but you're steadily doing because you know what that desired outcome is going to be. You're grinding. Like Shana said, she's not getting that much sleep. That is a burning desire to accomplish a goal. So basically, we're going to go ahead and wrap this call up. I want to thank you for listening to this call live. This call is going to be on SoundCloud, and maybe you already listened to it on SoundCloud and YouTube. But check us out on Facebook as well, and as far as the title is, as well as Mastermind Call, and we're on Twitter at Mastermind Call. So thank you so very much. I'll go ahead and end this recording, and you have